Hi, how are you? Today's video, I decided to refurbish the tray of my critter nation. I actually did this several months back in either April or May. Can't really remember at this point. And that was when we were ultra locked down and had nothing better to do. So I'd been wanting to fix it up a little bit more and update it a bit. So I used it as an opportunity and ordered some stuff from Amazon and worked on it over a weekend. This video, because it was a while ago, I had longer hair, which I do not have anymore. And we did it mostly outside and my kids were involved. And so it was kind of crazy, but I thought you all might enjoy watching. So stay tuned. So, first of all, I could not get the cap off of the silicone for some reason. And so when I was pressing on it in the dispenser, it was coming out the back. So if you see me using a plastic butter knife or my fingers to get it out of the back of the tube, that's why. I do know how these tubes actually work. For some reason, the cap was glued on extremely well. So the plan was to glue the flaps first, and I'm using clamps and a board. I clamped each corner one at a time. I tried to do the same two sides that were across from each other. Originally I was going to do both of this side at once, and then I realized that wood was way too tall and that wasn't going to work. So I got another piece of wood and decided to do the opposite side. There's my butter knife. Just a plastic disposable one. And here I am scraping it out because I was not letting that stuff go to waste. And then I'm using the wood so the clamp has something to hold on to. And then I clamped it in place, and we had to wait. And then I untangled the dog cord, which happens a million times. That was still slightly sticky, but it wasn't sticky enough, so I had to reapply some silicone on that side, which turned out to probably be a good thing. I had forgotten that I had trimmed the sides down quite a bit. When I first made this tray, I made it too big and had to re-trim it about a half-inch smaller. So then I readjusted and redid the hand clamps on that part. Untangle the dog again. And then I checked this edge. That's what I'm doing in this part, is I'm checking it and thinking about what I'm going to do next. I really needed a fourth clamp and I didn't have one. I only had 3, so, or maybe I needed a 5th and I only had 4. I don't really remember. Okay, here I am now sealing the bottom edge. When I cut this, I was not careful. So I have to seal this. The problem was that it was leaking through these trimmed edges where I creased the corrugated plastic in order to fold it. So I am sealing all of that in this clip. And this is actually sped up quite a bit. So that tells you how slow the process was. It was just coming out very slow because this is extremely thick silicone. But it does hold very well once it's done, so that was nice. And I'm going to fix this other flap. And I decided to prop it up so that it wouldn't, so that it had some positive pressure on the opposite side. I am adjusting the silicone on this corner so it's nice and tight, and then I used the knife to kind of smear it into the crease there where it's scored and folded up. And then here I'm just adjusting this corner and putting a clamp on it as well, and it's filling in that edge really well with the silicone. I'm hoping that this will mean that I will be able to just put the bedding inside the tray, and then when I'm ready to clean it, scoop it all out, dump it all out, and then wipe it clean without having any leaks of pee everywhere. This has been a problem because I've been using tape to seal my Corroplast, corrugated plastic, Corroplast tray. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I've got so far. So I have coated, oops, stuck my finger in it. Note to self and everyone watching this, don't try to spread this with your fingers unless you're wearing gloves. It is very hard to get off. So we've got the sealant in all these corners, and I'm sealing these edges instead of using tape. I am trying to seal it with the aquarium sealant. I think it's gonna work. It has to bond for 24 hours to be permanent, but it takes 5 minutes and it's supposed to be pretty well set. I will say after 5 minutes it was still pliable, and I was able to slide these, which was good because this corner was not where it was supposed to be. You can see this little groove right here. When I originally made this tray, I cut it the wrong size and I had to bend it and retrim it. So I have filled this whole edge. It's ugly, but you know what? Nobody sees it when it's in the cage, so it doesn't really matter. And this edge. And I want to let that set pretty good so it's at least not sticky. I'm tempted to cover it with tape just so I can flip it over and do the other side, because it is supposed to rain today, although it's beautiful out in my backyard. Here's my backyard. So, you can't tell from the lighting, I'm sure, but it's actually kind of overcast and dark today. Normally it is like a blaring hot sun, and I am out in joggers, so that tells you it is not as hot as it normally is here in Georgia. But anyhow, I am going to pause this for now, and I'll update in a little bit. I just realized I probably ought to show you guys what I'm using. So I found this on Amazon. It's Aqueon 100% silicone aquarium sealant, and I'll put a link in my description, but it has all the information on it. And it took me forever. We've actually used this already once, and I didn't realize that the cap was on it, so I was trying to open it, and once I got the cap off, I was able to get the plug of silicone out. So I have been using a cement mixing tray in my cage while I was trying to get this Corroplast tray cleaned and sealed. And I thought I'd just show the difference between the two. This tray does not sit flush. You're losing not only this inch all the way around, but you're also losing the space where it tapers inward in the corners. And this is something I like to be able to give my rats all the space that they can have. I want to get this tray fixed so I can put it in, because this one's hard to get in and out. The Corroplast tray is not hard to get in and out. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not. No, it's not hard. Silly bouncies. Silly bunch of boys. Silly bunch of boys. You need some tickles too? Some tickles. Need some tickles. Need some tickles. Oh my, we're falling over. We knock over the other rattles. He's like, I want to play. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play. Cracker's just my playful boy. Tickle everybody. So many wrestles. Also, they like to climb on this edge, which drives me crazy. I also don't like that they can't get over it very easy. So, it's just a little taller than my tray. So, now this will be easier. So you can see this section here where you can see light through. That's a section where pee is going to leak out, as it will from this corner. And there's spots like that all along because I just wasn't very careful when I cut my tray. You know, live and learn. So we're gonna see if we can fix that. Also, this is where I actually shortened it up because it was too long. Don't know how my math skills got that bad, but you know, math has never been my strong suit. That's the downside of dyscalculia. So, you know, at least it was easy to fix and I didn't ruin it. So I'm thinking I might seal that up too. I'm debating just sticking some tape over it though. I don't know. So now I'm just continuing to seal up all those gaps and creases around the edge that was remaining, like I had talked to you about in the previous clip. Adjusted my clamp a little so that it laid flatter, held everything. You can see the crease right along the edge there on that short side where I had trimmed it incorrectly. I had to fix it. And then I'm just going along the edge and all the way down this edge, all the way down there. And so I think at this point I'd already done the bottom. I was just doing these two short sides and the one long side. And then spreading it out with a plastic butter knife and then filling in where I missed and needed more. I never really did find the best angle to do this. It just kind of made a mess no matter what I did. So I just had to make the best of it. It is drying. It's not as sticky. And it's changed color as it's dried. I don't know if you can tell that, but it was really clear. And now it's kind of got a frosty hue. This corner's really good and sealed. So now I'm going to flip it over and do the inside so I can get all of these little grooves well sealed, especially like you can see light through that one. It's so bad. So that's the next job. About that much of the tube left. Loved up. I had to bring this in because it looked like it was going to rain, which of course it didn't, but it's going to cure the rest of the night inside. You can see the difference in color, and when it's dry I'm going to wash all this dirt and bug crumbs off. So I did fill in pretty good. This spot I'm not particularly. Here we go, there it is. I think it's still sealed though. Yeah, it looks like it. Don't see any gaps. So if this were glass, you can take a razor and clean this up. I am not going to do that because this is Corroplast and I don't want to cause any more problems or holes. I might tear it a little. Because like, see, there's a big globule. This spot may not be great. I may have to go back over it in a couple of places. But all in all, pretty good. Like that side got real good. Looks good. The inside is the most important. So all the corners are now done. And they're nice and smooth-ish. I mean, they're not super smooth. I was using rubber gloves, so. But they're smoothish. And I think they're sealed up. So we'll see how it works. Okay, so. Here we go. The corners seem to be sealed. We're almost 24 hours in, but you can see there's some little gaps here along the edges where I'm guessing it just didn't quite get filled in. So I'm going to probably apply a secondary coat. Like this corner is not as well sealed as I would like. I think it's okay because I can't see my finger through it or anything. I debated putting water on this to see if it would hold, but I'm afraid that the pressure of the water is going to make it like pop. And see, I'm not sure if that's sealed either very well. So I just want to kind of go over these edges again. I'm also kind of wanting it to finish so that I can wash it. I also need to deep clean my cage pretty badly, so I'm kind of waiting on this to do that. I may just scoop out like some of the bedding and replace it so that I can finish this and have a little more time. But you can see it picked up a lot of crumbs yesterday because of the wind and everything. So it really needs washed, but I don't want to do that until I know that it is well secured. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. You can see I don't have any clamps on it. It's holding very well. Still flexible. It would not be standing up except I have wood propping it at the moment. And I originally sealed these edges here, but I do not like that at all. I think I might just cover that with some tape because I'm afraid with the weird texture that they're going to chew it. The rest of it's going to be fairly well hidden except for like right here at the top. So I'm thinking if I cover this top edge with tape again, that should be okay because it should still wipe. And I'm going to make the pieces like, let's see if I can get this all in the video, exactly the length of that. That's my plan anyway. And I'm hoping that will help just deter some nibbles because Sprinkles really likes to chew things. And you can see here, there's some little nibbles, just a few. And most of them are like that. There's some on the other side too, about the same. But if I can obviously fix that so that it's less interesting, I'm going to. I have seen this side sealed actually really well, especially right here. I got it nice and smooth all the way through here. I have seen, let me turn the video around. So I have seen on a random YouTube video, and I'll try to find it, but I'm not sure if I saved it. These little plastic, they're made for those like plastic sheet protector binder things where you just slide the plastic spine over it and it holds all the pages together due to just compression. People using that on the edges of their Corroplast trays. So I'm going to try to get those and see how that goes. I think those might be a good solution. I was thinking about it last night and I think total I've put into this tray is about $20 between the material for the Corroplast and the silicone. So I'm really still under the cost of a metal tray. At some point I really do want to get those just because I think they'll be easier to clean. But until I can do that, I think this will work just fine. It's already lasted me a good year and a half, and that $20 was spread over that. So I think it'll be okay. So with minimal effort, I trimmed the edges here so that this side where it overlaps is a little shorter, making it so that I could put these, what are these called? I think they're called binding spines on it all the way around. And the only places that were difficult is the corners. Now I did figure out here, I trimmed it differently so that it could sit there and could sit fairly flush. But I ran out of pieces. So if you're doing this to fit a Critter Nation cage, you are going to need a pack of 12 or more. Mine was a pack of 10, and I am short for this corner. I don't have anything there. I don't have anything there. But I'm going to use it anyway and hope for the best. And I think I'm just going to put that edge near the front. So we'll see how this works. So,
it's still sticky.
Yes, it's still sticky. Do not touch it because it is very hard to get off your fingers.
I just washed my hands.
Yeah. And they still feel sticky, don't they?
Nope.
Well, lucky duck.
Well, you sure? Because, I mean, like, look up. Fall in there. Oh, wow. Keep making. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. So, bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down and tell me why in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my videos about our homeschooling, DIYs, our rats, or the miscellaneous mischief that we get up to. Bye!